Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, I know what you're thinking before you even say it. Spartan, another Iowa video? Hold your horses. This is going to be a good one, I promise. But I needed a break. The last 2 days, I have been absolutely miserable playing this game. So, bear with me. I needed a little cuddle time with my favorite ship. And then this happened. Now, I'll be honest, even after jumping into Iowa tonight, I was still having a rough day. It just didn't, nothing was going right. But why was my last 2 days so rough? Well, yesterday, I was credited by Wargaming with the, what do we call it? The Atago and the Le Terrible. And so we took them out to do what we do, which is test them out and let you guys know what they feel like. And between the two of them, I've about had an aneurysm. You guys know I'm not the best destroyer player, but I fancy myself a decent cruiser player. You know, I love my Baltimore, and I have no problem, you know, using a good gunship to just ruin people, even without the ability to have torps. And the Atago's got good torps. Problem is, the Atago gets citadeled about as often as a Pensacola. And that's frustrating. Because it seems like no matter what you do, everything that shoots back is going to citadel you. So I tried playing it like in Atlanta today. And I was like, alright, maybe if I post up behind this island and shoot at people. And it was working, folks. I was doing things. But then came the problem that plagues all competitive online multiplayer games. Which is, there comes a time when you're going to have to clutch. Okay? And that ship just can't do it. Now, maybe it's me. You guys are going to have to let me know once you guys unlock the Atago. If you have already, oh my god! And that's why you don't start out a game by going completely broadside to the enemy. Especially in an Iowa. It's always good to start with a 40,000 damage first salvo, right? Hello, Turpits. That's a nice flat broadside you're giving me, too. We'll just go ahead and give that shot. Now, I don't know what's been going on tonight. It's just not been my night. I take good shots and just nothing seems to happen, other than the last one, obviously. But it seems like every shot was missing so badly tonight. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I've been flustered from playing the other ships and stuff, and my aim is off. That's a potential problem, you know what I mean? It's also, you know, been one of those busy times. I'm not getting much sleep, so maybe it all kind of fuzzles together and makes playing games competitively a little bit tiring. It's way too stressful for a guy who's already known for being salty. That shot, by the way, looks terrible. Unless he continues his turn, we're going to miss those shots. But yeah, enough of my ranting. You guys will eventually see a video. It should be soon, probably tomorrow night, on the Atago, because I finally did get a decent match in it. But again, it'll show off why the thing just isn't really... Somebody's actually able to shoot at me with high explosive from that far. Huh. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But anyway, you guys should be able to see that pretty soon. I just didn't want to upload two meet the videos next to each other, because it seems like that's all I ever do anymore is meet the this, meet the that. Meet the. If it's either a meet the or it's an Iowa, right? I apologize, guys. I try to bring, you know, content that varies, but sometimes it's just good to get in your cuddle tank, or in this case, my cuddle ship, and just go out, make the enemy cry, and do the best you can, and feel good about yourself before you go to bed. Is that so wrong? Probably. Spartan, you literally just admitted to hoping to ruin other people's nights so that you feel better. Yes, that's a horrible thing to do. You know, sometimes you gotta be the bad guy, I guess. That's a new quote. Go ahead, put it on a t-shirt. I might actually put that on a t-shirt. Sometimes you gotta be the bad guy. I'm terrible. Anyway, so the reason I've been rambling incessantly is because there's not a whole lot going on in this match early on, and probably even into the mid-game. But I was doing something that, A, you guys have seen me do many times. I'm not reversing, okay? This map is small, and there's no reason to reverse. I can use the angle of my ship to negate most of the damage that I take, as long as I'm not taking too much damage from too many people at the same time. Which is why I'm using the rock structure to my right, which you guys can't currently see. But you'll see me look over that direction again, because we have 2 Iowas over there. We have a New Orleans that's been shooting at me, and an Atlanta that's been shooting at me from over there. And we are reversing now because I've wandered a little bit too far forward and those guys are getting shots on me. That's no bueno. But we're only going to reverse enough to use that cover. We're not going to keep reversing all the way to the edge of the map. That takes you out of the fight, doesn't do you any good. As long as you're able to engage enemy ships, I got no problem with you not pushing up on a small map like this. It's just the guys that sit behind islands and can't shoot at anything, or the guys that sail reverse all the way to the end of the map or all the way to the corner of the map. Now, there are people that can attest to the fact that I have been that guy once or twice. But usually when I'm in that position, if I'm reversing to the edge of the map, it's because everybody is pushing on me and I don't have a choice. I can't sail towards 4 ships and expect to live very long. Alright? Putting distance between you means that I can focus a ship and not be focused by 5 people, because eventually I'm going to get out of range of them unless they all start chasing me, and in that case, if their whole team is chasing me, that means that the friendlies on my team should have one hell of an advantage. But I digress. Hello, Iowa! You, my friend, are just juicing it up right there. Go ahead. Did you not see what I did to the other Iowa? Are you really wanting it that hard? Alright, here they come. Shot out. Wait for it. And 3, 2, 1, and pow! Really? We got 2 penetrations, but that was it. 2 shells hit him. That's a shame. That's a crying shame. Now, we reversed a little bit more here, and I'm about to start going forward again. Because I don't go much further than this, because then I get out of effective firing range on the other guys once they start showing themselves. But all I'm doing here on Two Brothers is what I always do on Two Brothers. No matter which side I spawn on, I test what the enemy is doing, and then I move up accordingly. Or, like the Amagi the other night, I wait for the enemy to keep screwing up, and then I just take advantage of them. This map does not pay to be aggressive on. It just doesn't. Because if you're aggressive on one side because the enemy doesn't have many ships there, you'll get to the enemy side. Unfortunately, you'll run into the entire enemy team and they'll have, you know, what we did in the Amagi and the rest of the team did it, you know, next to us, is going to be what happens to you. And it's not a good look. So you've got to be patient. You've got to take what the enemy gives you, and then when the moment's right, that's when you move up. And that's what I was telling my teammates here. Now, we have a Tirpitz that's further out than me. He's using that island for cover, so that's fine. He's got good firing angles, not just on the guys that I can see, but also on the guys that are firing around the corner, if they ever get detected, or maybe he can shoot at their shells. I can't see them currently, but maybe he can. So we've taken some more shots off. We're up to 73,000 damage. It's not like we've been sitting around doing nothing. I mean, it helped that we started out with 46,000 damage in the first salvo, but, you know, I digress. It's still not like we haven't done anything. But we're not done yet. And this game is going to get a lot more exciting because the game is very close. Both teams are tied. It's 444 to 444, and now it's 446 to 446. And then they just took the lead. So when you're doing these kind of strategies, you've got to keep an eye on a few things. First of all, how many enemies are shooting back at you versus how many people you're shooting at them. So right now we have 3 ships over here. Okay, 3 ships versus, if you count the freaking things, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships. They only have 9 people on the enemy team. So we have 3 people taking on 2/3 of the enemy team. You can't afford to be, you know, crazy with your hit points. You've got to pick your spots, do the damage, like this Iowa. He's going to come out from behind that island. I know this. It's just waiting for it to happen. Now, he knows that he has screwed up because he's going to sail out in front of us whether he likes it or not. I seen the front of his ship, which is what I was looking for that entire time, and now I can gauge where I need to hit the ship. He starts to go forward faster, but it's too late. Luckily for him, at this distance, it's still not perfect RNG. It's 12.5 kilometers, and there's an island between us. However, now that he started sailing forward again, he is going to make a very, very juicy target. You're going to be lucky to survive this next salvo, Sunshine. Wait for it. Shot out. And... come on, baby. 1, 2... get! Okay, not a bad hit. No citadels, but he did start to turn away, so getting some ricochets or shatters is kind of expected in that situation. But there's only one person able to shoot me, so now I can move up. The Tirpitz is already out of there. That Iowa's there. There was another Iowa that was like full health further back. But we can't see him. But this Iowa is in no condition to keep fighting me because I can outdamage him. He only has one gun facing me at the moment. I have 2 guns facing him. That's a very nasty looking tight group. He turns, but it's too late, and we do manage to get all of those penetrations. 5 penetrations right there. There's 6 shells in the air. That's pretty nasty group. So, hello, Iowa. You're sailing broadside out there, but I really should finish this Iowa that's got no hit points. So, as much as I would like to finish off, or to hit that Iowa broadside, I need to try to finish this Iowa first, because getting 16-inch guns out of the fight is a huge deal. Now, there's only 4 minutes to go, so as I was saying before, and of course we leave him with just enough health to get away. And at this point, you see me lighten up in chat. I'm literally saying, guys, we need to get that Iowa off the board. Somebody finish him. And then I'm assuming that somebody's going to shoot him, so again, it's a competitive online multiplayer game. Never assume help from teammates. Okay, they've done a good job up to this point. I'm not going to lie. They have. But in this case, like, finish off the Iowa, and you can look at me too and say the same thing. I got greedy. I'm like, I want to hit that Iowa who's broadside. And we do hit him, and we citadel him. So, we did good. For what we did good. But, again, back to this strategy. You cannot afford to not push sometimes. And we have less than 4 minutes to go. They have the lead, which means it's time to start moving. Now, this Iowa should be dead. I just shot at him. I know, range and, how fast he's going, and are you freaking kidding me? Don't you miss him. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey guys, we found an Iowa that's not using a skill that reduces its top speed. Yeah, he was going faster than most Iowas go because most Iowas are dispersion build Iowas. This is not a dispersion build Iowa, but he's still pretty darn accurate. And he's fast. So yeah, slightly miscalculated the last time, but I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. And down he goes. But notice I am pushing full steam ahead. It is time to make our move. We only have 2 minutes to go at this point. It doesn't take that long for us to cross the map. That's not an issue. What is an issue is the fact that actually, we are winning right now. I thought we were losing at this point. So I'm pushing up because I'm assuming we're about to lose and I need to do some damage. But as I said before, we are winning currently. So what I'm doing right now probably wasn't the best move until you realize that the Tirpitz on the enemy team is pushing up towards our cap. So even though we're winning currently, we don't have that big of a lead. The destroyer in our base hasn't moved the entire game, so he's AFK. I don't know what happened, but he's not existing. So the cruiser is 1 versus 1 versus a Tirpitz. I don't like those odds. There's nobody there to help the cruiser. He needs to get himself safe and potentially do some... Oh, hello, Iowa! How you doing? That broadside's a lot closer than it used to be. This is 10 kilometers, and... yeah, no problem getting the Citadel this time. He's lucky it was just 1. Because at this range, I should have absolutely deleted him. And I'm going to get another shot. Now, the Bismarck is doing something absolutely ridiculous and charging out. But as you can see, It's all tied up, and they just took the lead. The Atlanta killed our Tirpitz, which means this game is over. We have lost. There are less than 1 minute left. Unless somebody does something incredibly stupid, like charges us, and we didn't Citadel the Iowa. That was my only chance, guys. There's no way. Wait a second, are those torpedoes? The Atlanta, behind me, launched his 4.5 kilometer torpedoes. Is he going to strike him? Looks like one at least. And he does get one. However, they're not very good. But look at the angle at which this Bismarck is sailing. Watch this shot. Wait for it. Pow! Down he goes, giving us the clutch. And, wait for it. There it is. Tirpitz manages to finish off the Atlanta, getting a little revenge for his buddy, and that gives us just enough of a lead to survive, even though the Tirpitz killed our 2 teammates. What a game. What a finish. What an exciting, ridiculously overpowered finish by both teams. So many people died in that last 20 seconds. But we get top of the leaderboard. We did everything we could. It's not always good to be aggressive, like you saw with the Iowa at the opening, getting 40,000 damage taken off of him because he's trying to push over to the left on a small map. You can't do it. On larger maps like Neighbors, you can get away with it because you're so far away. You could potentially avoid incoming rounds by going left or right by a little bit. But on Two Brothers, it's such a small map that you just cannot afford to ever take that chance in a battleship. Cruisers, you can get away with it a little bit because you don't always get Citadel when you get hit. Unless, of course, it's an Attigo and it's me captaining it, because every single time I get hit, it's a Citadel. I have been deleted in that ship so many freaking times that it is absolutely obnoxious. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, he Citadel'd me one time. No, I'm talking about German battleships even getting shots on me that hit me 2 or 3 times and I'm dead from full health. Like, so frustrating. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's a long video. I apologize. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.